Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another edition of Lisa Renee TV. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Make sure to do so today before you leave. And make sure to thumbs up the video if you do like what you see. And to share on all your social media networks that you happen to be on this time. Hello, happy Sunday. God bless everybody. I hope everybody's having a blessed day. I hope everything is going smoothly for you. Hello, and welcome back. All right. So let's jump right into the video today. All right, so this topic has been buzzing all week. I know you guys have probably heard a whiff of it. But yes, it's definitely been going on, popping off this week. It really went viral pretty quickly. Okay, Mr. Clifford Harris, better known as T.I., T.I.P. Yes. So T.I., he put out he did an interview on a podcast called Ladies Like Us, which is hosted by Miguel's wife. So he went on the podcast this past week, did an interview, and he revealed during the interview that every year, like around his daughter Deja, he has a few daughters, but he revealed that his daughter Deja, she's now 18 years old and she's in college in her first year, that he visits the gynecologist with her. So he said I put a sticky note on her door that says tomorrow, gyno, 9:30. So, like, I mean, if you already thrown by me saying that, I mean, no surprise there. Like, what? Like, where they do that at, like, what father, really? And, yeah, so that's what he does. He takes her to the gynecologist. Now, he takes her not because she asked him to, not because she needed a ride. He voluntarily, makes an appointment for her and takes her to the gynecologist to do a so-called virginity check. Yes, you did hear that correctly. So he wants to do a virginity check on her every year, just to make sure her hymen is still intact. Okay, because that really reveals whether you're a virgin or not, right? So he wants to make sure everything is good there. So different medical experts have spoken out about it, and they've said that there's no such exam to verify virginity, and the attempt violates a woman's rights. So I definitely, got to throw you a hallelujah on that one. Like, I mean, yeah, because when you think about it, there's so many different acts in sex anyway, and just because a person's hymen is intact, it does not necessarily mean that they are truly a virgin. And then just because the hymen is not intact, which one of the doctors did explain to him during one of the trips that they had to the gyno, that, hey, her hymen can be torn for different reasons, horseback riding, bike riding, whatever, et cetera, which he kind of like brushed off in what he said in the podcast, like, yeah, whatever, doc, just let me know if the hymen there, because she's not doing these activities anyway, so, whatever. So, yeah, but there, just so you guys know, if you weren't aware, I mean, a hymen can be torn for different reasons, or some women don't even have one. Okay, so you may be born without a hymen, but it doesn't mean that you were sexually active. Okay. So, basically, now, because she's 18 years old, like, technically she doesn't have to really share anything with him as far as, like, her diagnosis, treatments, etc. But, however, he sits there with her and he asks her to give permission. He's like, hey, is there anything you don't want me to know about? If not, okay. So she goes ahead and she does, I think, like, that's kind of like a pressure thing, She probably feels really pressured as her dad, so she's like, okay, fine. Okay, so all through social media, a lot of people were saying, hey, he's been controlling, possessive, this is disgusting. Let me see, I'm looking on BuzzFeed.com. Someone said, I hope you're truly okay. him telling the world your personal business medically and your choices as a woman to do or not to do personal are personal and special moment in your life is never right. Which I definitely had to agree with that statement as well. So the daughter, she's been kind of tossing shade at him by, liking the different tweets, especially the ones saying that he was controlling and possessive. So I definitely feel, I think it was very immature on his part, and it was just a bad choice that he made. I think that he didn't think clearly, and it wasn't a very prudent decision that he made to share that personal thing that they do within their family home. I just feel like why did you feel like you needed to share with the entire world, the fact that you go to the gynecologist with your daughter and you get a virginity check and she's still a virgin, and that's something to brag about. So what about women who are not virgins? Are they whores? The whole virgin whore dichotomy is a little tiring, but that's been going on since the dawn of time, so that's that big thing there. So it's like he feels like, I guess he's saying something, my daughter's still a virgin, I'm like, but what if she wasn't, would you look at her less than? It's kind of like he's putting out that vibe, like if she was anything less than a virgin, if her hymen ain't intact, and I'm putting her out of my wheel, I'm putting her out of my house, because she's not a virgin, and so, she ain't no daughter of mine, I'm like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You go there 1 year and her hymen is not intact, what you gonna say, So I think, he just wasn't really thinking too clearly. He's not really considering her as a person, as a whole person. It's like, he's like, because your father, is like your first boyfriend, and he's a man that, shows you how to be loved and how you're supposed to be treated by men. And I think he was not doing a good example of that in that regard. He's not really protecting her, because what he's doing is whether he realizes it or not, is he's reducing her to what is between her legs, which is what most men are going to do anyway, So yeah, what he's saying is like your worth is what you hold between your thighs, and if you had sex or whatever, you're like a car being driven off the lot. Your value is depreciating, and that's really, if you think about that, that's how the world and society regards women, as far as the more sexual partners they have. That's why they're so funny. And you heard Steve Harvey say stuff like, tell women, no matter how many partners they had, tell a man only 2 or only 3 or whatever, whatever it is. I think it's so crazy. The fact that the guy even asked you how many partners you had, how many partners you had, it's just why? Why is that even important to you, and then what does that number mean to you? Are you looking at me less now? Is my value depreciating because I've had a number of partners? It just speaks volumes to the way that we regard women in society, as far as sex is concerned. We put a lot of restrictions on women. Men can freely be whores, they can go off and kind of sleep with anything moving, but when it comes to women, she needs to keep it in check. She can't really run off and have a good time and just have a little fun and whatever she wants to do, it doesn't even matter, because when she gets she gets a number of bodies on her, it's like she's all of a sudden not even valuable or not considerable for a wife. And I'm like, what does that even matter? Everybody has a past. We all have a past. We all come up with something. I'm like, is she clean? Does she have any diseases? Well, if no, she took care of herself. At least she was, sexually responsible. So, what does it really matter? So, yeah, I think we have to switch around our view on how we regard women and sex, because I think our views are very archaic, and we had to stop looking at women as just bearers of children. simply put, like, we're just here to bear your children and cook for you and clean the house and do this, and that's pretty much it. But when it comes to us having a life, or, wanting to, not saying that that's not having a life, I'm just, you get what I mean, when it comes to us, like, just wanting to, be us, and maybe wanting to experiment, and maybe wanting to have fun or try things, on a sexual level or whatever it is, and maybe we had a couple of partners or whatever, it's like, why is all hell breaking loose? Why am I suddenly, banished? Why do you want to stone me? Like, what is going on? I'm canceled, as far as it's concerned, like, and then when you mix religion in, it gets even more complicated when you mix, if the woman's a part of, like, the Christian community or Muslim or whatever she is, like, when you start mixing that in, the lines get even more blurred and crazy, so I think, at the end of the day, women have the right to their bodies. They have the right to choose whoever they want to be with, however they want to be with them, whatever and whenever, okay? Whenever, wherever, however, wherever it go, we have the right to do it, because this is our bodies. You got your body, I got my body. You only got one body, so you don't dictate what goes on, with this space right here. You worry about your space over there, okay? And if you're real nice, I'll let you get in my space, okay? Now until then, get out my face with all this archaic BS, This is crazy. What you do is, when it comes to your daughters, as a father, I can understand where you coming from, in a sense, because you're like, this is my baby, I gotta protect her. It's wolves out there, and you don't want her getting bit by one. Of course, so that's where dads are coming from. So they're like, I don't want her out here getting herself hurt and end up screwing a million people, and they're screwing her too, in more ways than one. Yes, of course. So what you do to prevent that is you set standards for your daughters and your sons, okay? You set standards. Stop trying to say that boys and girls are so different sexually, and I mean, not just anatomically speaking, but you just saying they're so different, and you don't want to, you feel like you telling your boys, you give them a pass to go out and be whores, and you telling your girls to stay chaste and not do anything at all, keep their dresses down or whatever, and just be quiet in the corner. And I'm like, all you doing is creating a generation of men who don't know how to be men, who don't know how to be husbands. So when this girl grows up and she's looking for a mate, she ain't gonna be able to find one, because you already planted seeds in them, and you already told these boys go out and pretty much, party and have fun and sleep with as many pieces of tail as they can get up in, slide up in anything walking, so now they got that thought in their head. So the idea of being a husband and settling down with one person, they're like, are you crazy? Like, my daddy told me to do X, Y, and Z. So you giving them a pass to kind of, get as much ass as they can get, and you told her that she's supposed to bear children and be a wife and be a good woman, and all this kind of stuff, and be a chaste and a virtuous and whatever, all kind of woman. So now she's like, well, I'm that, and I'm trying to be it, and I'm supposed to be waiting on this great guy, but I don't see a good counterpart, like, because all these men are, kind of salacious and they kind of, they got some things going on, they're a little lascivious, but see, that's what you've created. That's the monster that you've created, because you keep saying that, there's a big difference between, males and females, and I saw comments on Facebook, they talk about women, how women bear children and whatever, and, all this other BS. I'm like, no. No, you looking for an excuse to basically create a generation of whorish men, so they can go out there and dip their little breadstick in all the different sauces, and and you tell the women, they can't do nothing, instead of just training them up, both sexes, setting a standard for them, showing them how to create their own standards, how to love and respect themselves, and how to make responsible choices, sexually responsible choices, as far as protection, birth control, and the like, and also responsible choices in general, so that they will be good people and they will know how to choose for themselves. That's what you want. You want to be able to create like you seen that commercial, that Go-Gurt, I think it's Go-Gurt commercial, when she's becoming an independent child. Yes, that's what you want them to be, an independent child, and they can be an independent adult, where they will be able to make their own decisions, and they'll know when to say no to somebody and when to say yes. They'll know what to say yes to and what to say no to. They're like, no, that doesn't work for me. It's okay. I'm okay. Thank you. Have a good day. And then they'll know what to say. Okay, all right. I'm with that. But they will make good decisions. So partners, for a sexual partners, you ain't got to worry about them being whorish. That'll be the first thing from their mind, because they have a standard set, because you have set that for them. You showed them the path they're supposed to be on. Children can't raise themselves, so if you raise them up right, you ain't got to worry about them ever, being, lascivious or whatever. I mean, they don't know what to do, but you have to give them the tools. And especially when it comes to sex, you feel like withholding information going to protect them. No, that's going to make them vulnerable. You have to give them as much information as you can so they can know what to do with it, okay? And let them, at the end of the day, it's their body. They have to make the decision about what they want to do. We just want them to make the right decision, okay? You're the first line of defense against them and BS that's coming their way in the world. And also create an environment where sex is okay to talk about with you. You're their parent. You want them to be able to talk to you. That's crazy. So just try to be loving, supportive, and create an open environment. I saw a pastor once. It was on some kind of reality show a few years ago. But anyway, it was him and his wife. It's a pastor, young pastor. He was talking to his two daughters. They was like maybe 12, 13. And so he was talking to them about sex and about, when they get to an age they want to have sex or whatever. And they were so grossed out because they're like, because they 12, 13, they ain't thinking about that, And that's a blessing they weren't thinking about that at that age, But he was explaining to them. I think he used a banana and he was showing them how to put on a condom. But he was trying to explain to them, and he was letting them know like how he used to be. Like, hey, I used to be kind of out there in the streets, and I was, this kind of guy. He was transparent with them. It was just so beautiful, But because most men are not that way with their daughters, they're that way with their sons, but not with their daughters. So it was like, refreshing. So men, be real with your daughters. Be transparent with her. Let her know the real deal. Don't try to, trying to put a chastity belt on her or something. You trying to tell her keep her skirt down all the time and tell her, oh, no, hell no, you ain't doing nothing. Like, no, that's not going to work. Just be real with her and let her know what her options are, so when she get ready to do something with somebody, she can make a good decision. So, yeah, you just got to be smart about that thing. But, so... Another thing, speaking of whorishness, T.I. has been known for his little cheating ways too. With cheating on his wife and messing around with women. And I was watching an interview about this, not an interview, but they were doing like an overview of this story. I was watching on a YouTube channel, and the lady was saying she thinks that he's not thinking about his daughter, but he's thinking about himself. He's thinking about, I don't want my daughter to be like me. I know I was a hoe, so I don't want my daughter being one too. But I think like that makes sense that he would have that fear, like I don't want her being out here like me. And I think that's what he's feeling too. He's like, man, I know how I was. So I don't want her out there doing that. So yeah, that go back to just setting those correct standards, and maybe he needs to talk to her about that, just being transparent with her. She's 18, so she can take it. Just talk to her. He ain't got to tell all the details, but just be real. Like, hey, I wasn't always a faithful guy, and just tell her, and tell her what you expect from her, and I think she'll be okay. But anyway, and then Iggy Azalea was also saying that he was controlling. He's made comments in the past referring to his wife's vagina, stating that half of it was his, and he's made offbeat comments in the past. So T.I.'s a little quirky, I mean, like in general, I think he's a pretty, cool guy, whatever. He's pretty level-headed, he's businessman, whatever, he's pretty laid back guy, but for this one, I'm like, nah, I can't really vibe with him on this one. I'm like, nah, you're violating your daughter, man. Like, you're really like, what are you doing? So I think he's trying to be a good dad, but he's kind of missing the beat. So I don't know, maybe he'll rethink some things. Deja's embarrassed. Sorry, Deja, I'm so sorry that you are embarrassed by your father. So hopefully, they'll kind of talk about it as a family and maybe figure out something else that'll work for them, because this ain't working. This ain't it. Anyway, y'all drop y'all comments below. What y'all think? Y'all think T.I. went too far? You think he hit it right on the head? Like, what do you think about this whole thing? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. If you still haven't gotten a copy of my latest novel, Long Way to Love, I don't know what you waiting on, okay? I will drop the links for you in the box below. And with that being said, you enjoy your Sunday. Y'all have a blessed week. Bye.